energy of Metatron to speak to you today because he would like you to understand what is taking place in December. He would also like you to understand what is taking place exactly today, and that's December the 14th. The 14th carries a very heightened sun energy, although at the moment we're sitting here in half darkness. The sky is grey today, but yesterday we had a beautiful blue sky and a lot of sunshine. Today is much warmer, and yesterday was very cold. But each day seems to be different at the moment, and each day gives us another sense of who we are and who we are not. I tried yesterday to understand what was taking place on a day the 13th. And the 12th, as we know, was a beautiful day of purification. And I think many of us, certainly the people I spent the day with, felt a great sense of foreboding almost as to the tranquility of the day. It was so tranquil that what was going to come afterwards. The 13th seemed to also be peaceful, but it wasn't such a peaceful day in the end. And today certainly started for me with quite an eruption. But then I'm born in Scorpio, and Saturn has been pushing at my edges today, so I've been feeling this quite strongly this morning and getting a little agitated again. I think all of us would just like to fall into a slumber at the moment and really enjoy peace. And I think that will come, but we might have to wait some time for it. Metatron would like to speak to you now about the heightened energies. And as I call in the heightening of his name, I will call him through in purpose, in love, and in hope. In hope that he will share with us all that he wishes to share today, and in hope that he understands who we all are on this planet. For I know he would like very much to see us all smiling again. And I know he says to me repeatedly, "Could you please smile more into the camera?" But it's not always so easy to smile when you're talking about things that you're not quite sure what's going to come next. As I speak to you now, I ask Metatron to come closer, and as he comes closer, he will come through and speak with all of you. He carries much light, and he carries much love, and he carries much hope. And I only say he because you all think he's a he. He's actually not a he or a she, he's just an us. He's a we. He's one of us. He's just a wee one. A wee one. That's a great saying from the Scottish language. A wee one is just a small one, but I don't think he's very small. I think he's quite a large energy, and I think he's going to transport some very beautiful energy to all of us very soon. He's coming towards me now, and he's going to come through, and he will speak to you in one moment. My friend Elizabeth has just accepted me to come through and speak to you now, and as I speak to you, you will wonder who she is. I don't think she minds who she is today. I think she just knows it's a grey day. She's sitting in the field just below Rennes-le-Château, in the valley that goes to the white rocks. If you could see the white rocks that are behind her, you would understand a little bit more about the beauty of this place. And you would also understand why we had hoped for sunshine today. But today there is no sunshine. It's cloudy, but it's warmer, so at least we can sit outside without a big coat. I've been watching everyone the last weeks and wondering how long it is before we can move. How far can we move from where we are, and how far can we move from what is going on in our lives? In our lives, we would actually like to know what is taking place at the moment, but I think this is very difficult for us to ascertain. I think it's very difficult for the human species to really understand what is taking place at the moment. And there are so many gurus and so many speaking, even like Elizabeth Peter is at the moment, and saying that they do have an idea of what is happening. I think if you met Elizabeth Peter as she is today, and she was just sitting outside in a field, playing with the dogs and watching the sunrise, she would probably say that she wasn't too bothered about anything, and that she quite liked just to have a peaceful time. A peaceful time is for her just walking in the mountains. A peaceful time is for her just sitting with her friends and enjoying a glass of wine. A peaceful time for her is just writing her work, or talking like this, for I know when she talks with us she is at peace. I know she prefers the world of spirit to the world of mankind, and I know she prefers who she is at times like this to who she is when she can be irritated by other subjects that are going on around her. I think this is the same for most of you these days. I think most of you actually prefer the gentleness and quietness of the world around you to the places that most of you have to go every day when you have to work. I don't think very many of your species are very content with what is taking place on the market square. I don't think many of you are very content with what is taking place in your banking systems, within your governments, within your churches, within your mosques, or within your synagogues, or even within some of those places where Shiva likes to stand tall. I think most people would actually like to sit by the water's edge. They would like to throw a fishing line in and see what they could catch for the next day. I would like to catch for tomorrow Saturn, because I think tomorrow Saturn is going to come through to us in a very high, fiery speedball. Saturn carries much fire, and Saturn carries so much sun energy from Sirius B that I think tomorrow, being the 15th, we might enjoy quite a hellish day. Hellish as in much fire, hellish as in much eruption of fire. It could be quite a volcanic day in a way. I think some of you can erupt like volcanoes at times. I know when I walked the planet many millions and millions of years ago, I could erupt at times. In fact, I had quite a strong temper and could be quite annoying. I think a lot of us feel like that today. I think a lot of the energies today are actually making people feel rather irritated, and I think they don't quite know how to go from here or there or anywhere at the moment. I think the best thing I can say, and if you wish to listen to my words, the best thing I can say is that my hope for all of you is that none of you worry. My hope for all of you is that you will smile. And my hope for all of you is that none of you worry too much anymore about who you are, or where you're going, or what you're going to say even tomorrow. Take each day as it comes. Enjoy the 15th. Have fun. Enjoy the 16th, and don't worry about what day it is. The 17th will bring a very heightened form in, and if you're listening to this, I suggest it's a Monday, it's the 17th. I wouldn't worry about it, but just remember, the 17th brings in a very heightened form every month. The 17th of January is going to be a very interesting day as well, and it always has been in this region. It's a day that's associated with quite a bit of bad luck around here, but I think this year we're going to have a lot of good luck. In the village where Elizabeth Peter lives, they all go into the church and they look for the sun to come through the window, because they say they can see a reflection of blue apples on the stone. I think most people stand there wondering what it is they're looking at, and nobody really minds except some of the people who like to carry on the tradition. And I think traditions are quite interesting in your world, but I think it's time to close tradition and start to think about something else. I think if we look around us, and I think if we look around us with hope today, we will understand that there are not many places we can go, and there are not many people we can speak to who carry great hope. Hope is what will take place in about 250 years' time. Hope is actually the eventual meeting of mind and body totally as one. I think a lot of you are expecting to make some massive leap on the 21st, but I have a feeling that some of you will not be making quite the same leap that you might make if you jumped in the stream today and just took a shower. I think if you go and bathe today in some warm water and enjoy the space around you, that might be more of a leap than you will actually feel on the 21st. The 21st is going to move a line of vibration through your central vortex. It is not going to suddenly bounce your mind into knowing and understanding everything that's ever been around you. But it will give your body a new alignment, and it will give your mind the chance to be able to open itself to accepting some other energy forms. For those of you who have been fortunate enough in the last years to have been appreciating the Hermetic sciences, to have been understanding that it doesn't matter what we have right or wrong, but just accepting that we love ourselves and we love others, I think you're going to be 10 steps further by next week Sunday. I think by a week after that you will be 10 steps further again. And I think for those of you who have been holding on to a lot of the old ideas and not being able to establish that everyone is free to make their own choices, those of you who hold back and don't allow people peace of mind or the satisfaction of understanding that whether we have it right or wrong, it really doesn't matter. But what does matter is that we show love to those around us, that we don't place ourselves to be higher or lower, and that we appreciate how much beauty there is in the world. Then I think you will enjoy the 21st. If you can hold on to the 21st as a peaceful and beautiful day, a day that you enjoy yourself, a day that you surround yourself with harmony, that will give the central vortex an opening up into the cerebral vortex that will allow the opening through into the higher chakras. And it's the higher chakras that actually need to come into an opening form that day, and that is the form that will actually help you to illuminate up to the higher worlds. I think you must enjoy yourselves more than anything, and shine and have hope and give love. Stay in your own heart, stay in your own space, and stay within your own beauty. Don't try to look for anyone else, and don't try to be anyone else. Just be yourselves. Just be who you are. Be as small as you can be as humble as you can be, and be as loving as you can be. And then we will all have beauty. We're ending this piece now. I will speak to you in 3 days. My name is Mete Tara On. I am electric, magnetic. I sit in a field of absolute joy on top of a pinnacle of glass diamond energy. And I hope that one day when you sit here, you will understand the joy and beauty of this space, for there is so much beauty around here you cannot believe. My friends of Ashtar are close. Elizabeth's brothers and sisters of Ashtar are wishing you a beautiful day. And the next film will be taken in a short while, and that will bring in the great and elevated healer of our worlds, the Raphael. And the Raphael will later introduce to you our great American Indian ancestors once more. I offer beauty, I offer hope, I offer enlightenment, and I hope to speak to you within 3 days. My joy of life brings joy to the planets. My planetary forms ask for you to hold your space. Hold your space, hold your hearts, and hold all of yourselves in love. For we are love. We are all circular forms of love. We are no more, we are no less. We are just love. Thank you.